Welcome back, everybody. This is Titus Valspar. Kind of like we talked about the week before, as we took a look at stealth tanks on offense. This week we're going to take a look at the stealth tank defense. This will probably be a little bit of a shorter video, as we've already taken a look at the statistics of stealth tanks, what they do. I will go ahead and refer you back to last week's video if you have more questions about how stealth tanks work or their effectiveness. Now, one thing that I will say is that I was hoping to have a couple more examples to show you of how stealth tanks are beneficially used in defense, but over the past couple of days, the only attacks that have been made on my base, or there have been a couple, but for the most part, I wasn't defending as well as I like to, or as well as I typically do. I do have that one victory there against KS Soup. I had one not 30 minutes ago, but it's been moved off of my battle log due to other attacks that I've received. So we'll take a look at the attack from KS Soup, kind of analyze it, not really to show where he went wrong, but to exhibit the abilities and capabilities of a stealth tank defensively. So we'll open up the replay here. So something that I do like to do, mainly because it does draw the attention, is I'll put some of my stronger defenses around where my stealth tanks are, because then as they scout out my base, they strategize and think, well, if I take out this side of the base, then I can just walk in and get to his HQ. But they're not able to see what we can see here with the travel path of my stealth tanks. So he's trying to soften up my defenses, and we can also notice that he's a level 46 and I'm a level 49, so I do have a little bit of a command advantage. So first off, he dropped in some of his own stealth tanks, which doesn't set mine off, and he would have been well to have waited. In all honesty, had he waited longer, his attack would not have been such as bad as an attempt as it was. He dropped in maybe 60 Rangers, and you could see with all the stealth tanks that I had that popped up, he lost over 90% of them. He's going to try kind of in vain here for a little bit to wreak some havoc, but he's only got, he can't even get to my HQ, and much less deal 50% of damage to keep anything. Really just isn't even worth it for him. At this point, he really should have pulled out, just for having so few numbers. So we'll kind of speed through the rest of it. There's nothing really impressive to see there. So like I said, well, the numbers were even a little higher. 84 Rangers is what he dropped in, and lost easily 65, 70 of those right as soon as he deployed them. Then my other towers were able to take out the rest of them. His strategy is probably pretty good against other bases, and like I said, it would have been better had he waited to drop in all of his troops until after my stealth tanks had been dealt with. So I guess we will look at this at another attack here. He did pull out a victory, but again, it was only about 50%. So let's take a look at what Dean did. Especially, I'm kind of especially intrigued because he brought in all mechanized units. So we're seeing again, he's starting off at the base of my, or at the bottom of my base here. Again, a little bit of a mismatch. He's at a 47, I'm at a 49. So that's what he did. I kind of expected him to have come in this way. And so he just used an overall forceful attack. And then you'll see as his attack moved on, my stealth tanks did start to pop up and cause him some issues. Really, his tanks are getting to the point where they're kind of rendered ineffective by my stealth tanks. Now he's already wiped out 50% of my structures, but he just doesn't have enough to keep up with the stealth tanks that I have based up there. So, I mean, that's one of the dangers, especially with higher HQs, of bringing in all mechanized units, is the fact that stealth tanks will come in and they'll just kind of render everything useless. So he's not even going to have enough strength to take out my HQ before his timer runs up. Although he looks like he does get pretty close. Yeah, he was right there on the brink. But that's some of the uses of stealth tanks defensively. I'm kind of sorry I don't have more examples to give you. But that's kind of their main function as a defensive unit. And we'll go ahead and keep looking at the units that there are to talk about in the coming weeks. Looks like we'll be looking at the Apaches, which will be interesting to analyze, as they're a very different unit. And we've talked in the past, if you're going to go with an air unit, one air unit, it's better to base your entire attack off of air units. So we'll take a look at the Apaches next week, break them down, and take them into a battle. But other than that, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Comments, concerns, same deal. Thanks for tuning in and offering such great support. This is Titus Valspar, signing off once again. Have a great day, guys.